What's up everybody, it's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a special video. This is for the Fit Team's Lawnscaping challenge. I'm on the Facebook inspiration team, if y'all didn't know, and we are doing our monthly blog hop, and we are inspired by the color of pink and all the shades of pink. So I'm going to be making a, I guess, baby card today. And I'm going to incorporate a lot of that pink in this card. We're going to start out by doing a lot of die cutting. So I'm cutting out some, I guess it's called vanilla. This is from the Polka Mon Amie papers from Fawn. And I'm die cutting a circle. This is from a circle set that I have. I believe it's from Sizzix. And I'm just die cutting a circle from that paper, as well as this pink paper from the Beachside 6x6 pad, and I'm using one of the largest stitched rectangle dies from Fawn, and I'm just going to go ahead and die cut that out. That will be my main focal background, I guess you'd say. I'm going to also die cut some vellum here, and I'm using the Grassy border die, also from Fawn. And I don't know if you can see on my die there, I've got two lines, it looks like black lines on my die. Funny story, I almost cut this die in half, and I forgot exactly how I did it, but I noticed it whenever I was about to die cut something else. I don't know. I don't remember, like I said, I don't remember how I did it, but I saw it, you know, just in the nick of time, and I saved my die. Ugh. So anyway, that was a side story there. So anyway, I'm taking this vellum, and I'm going to also die cut using my same circle, because I'm going to be incorporating this vellum onto my circle piece. So I am I want it all kind of uniform, so that's why I'm obviously using the circle, because it's going to go on my circle that I die cut previously. And I'm going to get that done there. And then what we're going to do is kind of work on the rest of our card. A lot of our die cutting is done now. And we're going to be using felt today. I don't die cut felt or use felt very often, but I love doing this technique with felt. So I thought it would be fun to have some felt bunnies. So I'm using this set by Fawn here. It's called Hello Baby. And I'm using the stamps and the dies of the two main bunnies in this set. And I'm going to be using Staz On ink, because I've never tried it, but I just figured that Staz On ink would be a better ink to stamp onto felt, because it's, you know, permanent, and I think it would just show up better. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up my little bunny images here with the Staz On, and I'm going to go ahead and die cut, or not die cut, but stamp down onto my felt. So I'm going to ink that up really well, and then just stamp down onto some pieces that I had from previous projects that were left over. And I'm kind of putting pretty good pressure. It won't show up crisp black, because after all, you are stamping on a very textured surface. So so I'm going to go ahead and also ink up Big Bunny, and the largest bunny, and I wanted to keep this in here. You see how much ink I got on there? And usually, you know, I mean, I've been stamping for a little bit. I know how much pressure to put for all that black ink not to show up, but I think it's because my felt piece here was kind of curved. You really can't tell. It's kind of curved, and so it was hitting that felt, and so it kind of transferred onto my little bunny. I'm showing that it kind of transferred there. So I'm going to go ahead and ink it up again, but I got to go ahead and clean off my stamp first. So I'm going to use my favorite spray to do that. That's the Ultra Clean from Hero Arts. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Ultra Clean and spray that and clean that off really well. And I'm going to ink up my stamp again and kind of stamp down one more time. And that way, as you can tell, or as you can see, I didn't put obviously as much ink on it this time. I wasn't as vigorous, I guess. So I'm going ahead, and that's a much better stamped image on that felt. So now it's going ahead, and I'm going to go take the dies here and cut those out. And it's so fun to die cut felt. If you've never done it before, I would give it a try. It's just something fun and different, you know, other than cardstock. So I've got my felt bunnies cut out on the little smallest bunny. I didn't get it quite lined up, but it's okay. It didn't bother me too much. It just gives it that little extra whimsy. So I'm going to add a little bit of color to our little bunnies here with COPIC marker. And I used 2 different COPICs. I didn't show both of them on camera here, but I started out with, I believe it's, I don't know. I'll have everything listed below as far as the ink colors and marker colors or the marker colors and stuff. So I thought I would try to kind of blend out, if at all possible, the pink colors, but you really can't tell all that much. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and add some pink to the little ears here. And that's really all I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave it be. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting our card together here. And I'm using that leftover piece whenever I die cut the grass and the circle die. I'm using that piece. It was kind of like an afterthought. So I'm going to go ahead and use that piece. As I was making this card, I was kind of creating the look I was going for all at the same time. I really didn't have a plan in mind when I started this card. So, and that's usually status quo for me anyway. I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do, but as you all know, if you've been stamping for a while or making cards for a little bit, once you start something, then you think of another idea and it just kind of pops in your head. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and work on our sentiment here. I'm using the Lawn Fawn Wild Rose ink here. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that up, and I'm using, I put together the Hello Baby sentiment, and I put a little heart in the middle there, just to make it, just a little something different as well. And I like how this ink stamps, and I promise for those of you that are subscribed and have watched my channel and my videos, especially here lately, I have been promising a review on these inks, and I promise Stella I am going to do that. Plus, I'm trying to work it in between my full-time job and trying to craft this on the weekends. I am trying to get it all fit in. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere some of my vellum, and you can see this vellum, especially on this, I guess it's because it's such light pattern paper, you can't see it at all. I'm holding it up close here. You can't see it at all. And I think it's because it's a light color. On the pink, you'll see here in a little bit, I've adhered the other piece, the bigger piece, to the pink, and you can see it then, but I'm going to fix that. So we're going to go ahead and add our pink bunnies first before we go ahead to the rest of the card. And I'm going to be using my Studio Multi in the matte finish. This really is great for stuff like this if you want it to really stick. That's why I didn't really use my other liquid adhesive. I really wanted this to stick, so that's why I chose the Multi Matte Medium. So I've just applied just a little bit of that. It doesn't take much at all. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere my bunnies on my felt, and you can see there toward the bottom the adhesive does show up a little bit. So I die cut this piece off camera, and this is from the same Polka Mon Amie set, or 6x6 paper, and I die cut another piece, and I thought it was fun as this was coming together, a little bit more layers to the card. And I also used my stitch rectangle because, like I said, I wanted to keep everything uniform. So I'm adding that little piece at the bottom there, and I think it adds a cute little whimsy to it, little extra something. So now we're going to go ahead and add some foam adhesive to my circle here, and it's just going to kind of be popped up just for a little bit of dimension. It's not too much, but before I adhere it, though, I wanted to add a little bit more of this ink just around the edges of my circle. just to define it just a little bit more. You really can't tell a whole lot because it is up against a pink background, but I just felt that the piece, the paper just was lacking just a little something. So that's why I did that. So I've gone ahead and adhered all my foam adhesive, and I'm going to adhere it to my main card panel here. I'm just going to get that and push that into place. And then I'm going to also put foam adhesive on the back of the main panel here. I'm going to put foam adhesive on that as well, as you can see. Now I'm going to work on my card base. I'm sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm working on my card base here. And this is a piece of PaperTrey Ink's vanilla cardstock. And just scored that at 4 1/4. It's going to be an A2 size card. So I'm just going to adhere that into place onto my card base. And whenever you see here I'm going to add also some Wink of Stella to my little heart as well, just to give it a little shimmer. And I wanted to let you guys know that as I was looking at my card after my video was done, I thought, I just felt like I need a little bit more of that minty green color. So I went ahead and took the Grassy border die and cut some more of that minty green color cardstock and did the same thing for my circle. So it would be kind of uniform layer. You know, you'll see here in a minute, and at the end of the video, you'll see the end photo, what I mean. And I think it just it ties everything together. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to hop along on our Lawnscaping blog hop, and I will see y'all in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.